Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's daily reflection. It is October 8th, Thursday. It is a Thursday. Hope everybody's having a good day. I know I'm on a little bit later. I woke up a little late, and then I had a friend who needed some help. One of the coolest parts about being in recovery is we get to start to be available for other people and genuinely be able to help. And we don't get to determine, determination. I really don't set this stuff up. Man, it's hot down here. I'm going to go move my fan. Every good drummer has a fan very close by. I'm not a good drummer. I just act like one. So yes, let's get to determination. And we are a determined lot. We are. I mean, we will, man, when we get an idea, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I will get an idea in my head and I will just go for it without thinking about anybody else doing anything. It's just, a lot of times my determination was more along the lines of me being 2 years old in front of my mom saying, look what I can do, and that's really what it was. My popularity. I wanted people to be like, oh, he's smart, man. He knows what he's doing. And I'm just faking most of it. I don't do that here, guys. Those days are over. So let's get into the reflection. Determination, our clenched jaw resolve that we can do something about everything, is perhaps the greatest hindrance to achieving serenity. Even when I talk to friends, I have to be careful on how far I put my little hands in there. Am I giving suggestions or am I advice giving? Sometimes I do hand out advice, based on the situation, but usually I just draw from my own experience, strength, and hope, or I will utilize examples. Our old tapes tell us the difficult can be done immediately. Yeah, we'll get it done. Just watch us. Watch. A lot of times we do it too. The impossible will take a little longer. Yeah. So we tighten up and prepare ourselves for battle, even though we know from long experience that our own will dooms us in advance to failure. And there wasn't a fight. We love to suit up for battles that don't exist, that just aren't there. Over and over, we are told in the program that we must let go and let God, and we eventually do find serenity when we put aside our own will while accepting His will for us. Am I learning to relax my stubborn grip? Do I allow the solutions to unfold by themselves? Oh. So we have something going on, and may we utilize the serenity prayer in this, right? And we have decided that it is something that we're going to have to accept, right? So are we willing to just kind of let that unfold without us doing anything about it? And my daughter was moving a few weeks ago, and my kids were setting it up, and I'm kind of stuck at the house. And I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there because I wanted to make it easier for them, and I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do that. They didn't want my help. And I can tell you why. Because I wanted to come over and help with this and help with that. And I just had to let it unfold. Okay. And that was kind of uncomfortable. Right. It wasn't extremely uncomfortable. It's not like it didn't determine my day for sure. But I let that unfold, and guess what? It turned out just fine. It probably turned out better than if I would have put my little fingers in it. But I'm so determined. Most of us have been unwilling to admit we were real alcoholics. No person likes to think he is bodily and mentally different from his fellows. What's what's but at the same time, we love being terminally unique. So pick one, would you, Dion? You know, are are we not are we are we drinking because we are bodily and mentally different or because we aren't? I'm trying to figure that out. Just another crazy alcoholism thing. Therefore, it's not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we could drink like other people. The idea that somehow someday he will control and enjoy his drinking is a great obsession of every abnormal drinking. This persistence the persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity or death. Okay. Remember that determination of quitting drinking? Yeah. The thing is most alcoholics and addicts, well, we're all, yeah, we all have our talents, but we can be we just have this brain where we're very very talented at some things. All right. And our determination can get us through that. Determination can actually be a good thing utilized correctly. And we usually advance in a lot of different areas, but when it comes to alcohol, we will fail and fail and fail. Then all the other stuff that we are doing good, it just doesn't matter anymore. So where's my determination now? What good is it doing me right now? We learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholic. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people or presently maybe has to be smashed. We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. All of us felt at times that we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led in time to pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. That means there is nothing left. You're dust. We are convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in a grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. We are like men who have lost their legs. They never grow new ones. Neither does there appear to be any kind of treatment which will make alcoholics of our kind like other men. We have tried every imaginable remedy. In some instances, there has been a brief recovery, followed always by a still worse relapse. Physicians who are familiar with alcoholism agree there is no such thing as making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. Science may one day accomplish this, but it hasn't done so yet. Thank you, mute button. Despite all we can say, many who are real alcoholic are not going to believe that they are in this class. Okay. I would say that the number one symptom of any disease in this PTSD, anxiety, alcoholism is denial. Denial is usually the very first thing that pops up. And here we are. By every form of self-deception and experimentation, they will try to prove themselves exception to the rule, therefore non-alcoholic. If anyone is showing the inability to control his drinking, can do the right about face and drink like a gentleman, our hats are off to him. Heaven knows we have tried hard enough and long enough to drink like other people. Here are some of the methods we have tried. Drinking beer only, limiting the number of drinks, never drinking alone, never drinking in the morning, drinking only at home, never having it in the house, never drinking during business hours, drinking only at parties, switching from scotch to brandy, drinking only natural wines, agreeing to sign if ever drunk on the job, taking a trip, not taking a trip, swearing off forever with and without a solemn oath, taking more physical exercise, reading inspirational books, going to health farms and sanitariums, accepting voluntary commitment to asylums. We could increase the list ad infinitum. And I'm going to read I'm just going to read the next paragraph. We do not like to pronounce any individual as alcoholic, but you can quickly diagnose yourself. Step over the nearest ballroom, and try some controlled drinking. Try to drink and stop abruptly. Try it more than once. It will not take long for you to decide if you are honest with yourself about it. It may be worth a bad case of the jitters to get a full knowledge of your condition. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm convinced. And even I can tell you right now, it may be worth a bad case of the jitters. That triggered me. And it not in the trigger of the sense that I just remember feeling that way. And yeah, it makes me feel icky. Makes me feel icky inside. It does. It makes me want to throw up, actually. May I loosen my tight jaw, my tight fists, and general uptightness. I tend to do this. This is my thing. I do it in my shoulders. So you guys probably always see me stretching. And it's because I'm telling my shoulders we're not up here. Let's stay down here. Right? The general uptightness, outward indications of my do-it-myself syndrome, which has gotten me into more trouble before. May know from experience that this attitude of keep a grip on yourself and everybody else too is accompanied by impatience and followed by frustration. May I merge my own will with the greater will of God. Today I'll remember, let up on the stranglehold. Be nice to yourself, right? Maybe it's time for, let's say I haven't used it in a while. Don't be a dick. Okay. And that starts with yourself. Okay. Now you'll know if it's wrong because you'll start to get uptight. You'll feel it, man. So do a gut check. Right? Isn't that tells us what's good and bad is our gut. Remember when we were little kids, we were doing something wrong. Like, my tummy hurts. Right? It's a good indication. So maybe ask it. And then your heart, see if your heart has anything to add to that. That's where God lives. And then we can ask our brain last. Okay. Maybe you're not at a part where you can trust your brain yet. That is an honest decision. You know what? I do this sometimes too. I don't know that I'm in a position to make a good decision on that right now. That isn't okay. There's nothing wrong with that answer, right? Now, that doesn't make it an excuse to not work on it. Okay. Knowing that we have that and then working on it is where we get the real knowledge. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today. We have our podcast coming out tomorrow. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Technical difficulties and all. We had a blast. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out and have a day. Bye.